What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor and Lorraine. Welcome back to another week of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the week's movie news, kind of weird news, and just generally having a bit of a chit chat about everything to do with just news around the world.
Love to hear it.
It's a weird mixture of movie news now for the first 40 minutes and weird news after that. So it's kind of the intro. It's not as precise, but it covers a lot of ground. I'm
my God,
it's
easier to market the show, I'll be honest.
Of course. I'm joined as always by my best pal, Mr. Shaun. Shaun, how's it going?
I'm good, Conor. I'm looking forward to talking about news kind of this week.
I tried some, and I'm never doing it again.
Yeah, look, never innovate, never have a new idea. Just get rid of it.
After 700 and something episodes, I decided now's the time to start changing things up. We're going to keep people on their toes, get it exciting.
Podcasting is in danger of growing stale, guys.
And I'm the man to change it by saying news and stuff.
And such, and various other things.
I need to throw a few etceteras into the intro. That really, I think, will set us up for success.
Just like we're talking about things, etc.
Just things and etc. You fill in the gaps yourself. So as I mentioned, first 40 minutes. Normally we talk about movie news and all, and TV news, and just generally, just any sort of news in regards to the entertainment industry. But this week, slightly different, because we are going to be giving our spoiler-filled review of Wolverine and Deadpool. Sorry, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean, who's the real main character, though? You know, whose story really
who
is it?
Is in our hearts. So yes, we will be giving our full review of Deadpool and Wolverine. We just thought it'd be a bit of fun this week, because coming out of San Diego Comic-Con and everything, the news very much hypes up for Comic-Con, and then there's a few weeks afterwards where everyone's afraid to announce anything because everyone's still talking about, wow, isn't it weird, RDJ is Dr. Do.
Still a bit weird, still a bit pissed about that.
So yeah, we thought it'd be a bit of fun, have a bit of spoiler review. We also have weird news coming up after. There's going to be a timestamp down below, so if you're here for all the weird news stuff, maybe you're not interested in movie reviews, go down there, click on that. We have all the week's weird news. We cover all the news that the real news too afraid to talk about. So Shaun, I mean, if this is someone's first episode, they don't have to do anything.
No, like just nothing at all.
You specifically told them, sit down, shut up, do not.
Keep your thoughts to yourself, is what I said. And then I spit
People say that to us all the time.
And we don't listen.
And stuff. And if it is your second and above, if you've listened to more than one episode, I'm trying to say here, we'd really appreciate 5 stars, a like, a follow, a share, just kind of a comment. That would be absolutely legendary. Just any way you can kind of support the show. If you haven't given the 5 stars, super easy on Spotify and iTunes, by the way. Just literally click on the stars, and in Spotify, click rate this show and click on the stars.
Apparently, iTunes and Apple Podcasts are different things. So, but you have an account on both. So if you've rated it on one, maybe just check on the other.
Are they different? I'm not. Technologically, I'm not there, Shaun.
There's lists, apparently. Also, we can change our hosting to just Spotify. We'll talk about that off air. That's fine.
Let's have a meeting.
Do some ad hoc duties.
Someone take down the minutes, please. But yeah, so now it's time, Shaun, that we get into a bit of spoiler review. As we said, it's spoiler straight out. So if you haven't seen the movie, we're not very good at keeping these things in. We're not going to give you a general review. It's grand. Shaun, where do you want to start with Deadpool and Wolverine?
Overall, did you like it?
Yes, I did.
I did as well.
Yeah.
I acknowledge what it is, which it is a bit. It's a whole movie of, hey, look at this. But I think they did it in the best way because they centered the entire thing around getting an ending. So
what was really interesting was it depends on what part of your life you're in. I think depends on how much you like this movie. Because, right, if I'm 15, this is my favourite movie ever. Okay?
Yeah.
But if I'm like early 20s, like I'm a real cinema lover. Like I want like the real. That's not true cinema. I'm into the real deep stuff when I'm reading my comic books. I don't need this shit, right?
Yeah. If I watched this when I was like 19.
Yeah.
I would have been a little prick about it.
Pretentious. You have to go through that stage. And then I think you go through that stage and then you get to the point afterwards you're like, comics are dumb and fun. And if something like this comes out, it's like, okay, well, this is dumb and fun. And Deadpool comics are notoriously dumb and fun. So, I mean, cool. Let's do this.
Yeah, and I think this is... this pays off a lot of stuff that just... In my heart, I really wanted to see some of this. I just had a lot of fun watching it.
Yeah, and I think the main thing that we are always trying to get across in terms of Deadpool movies are very much different. Like, it's very hard to review a Deadpool movie as
you're either
like,
in or you're out with Deadpool.
You're kind of in or you're out, number one. And two is like, it doesn't matter. Like, none of it matters. So, well, technically, none of any of these movies matter ever. But
very few things in life matter.
It's going to get existential. But what I mean by this is like it's not building to anything. Nothing. Like, he could get blown up by a nuclear bomb. He'll just come back. It's fine.
Even the thing in this movie of like, oh, he's going to join the MCU. That isn't even really resolved towards the end. Like,
no, but the point
changes
is,
ultimately.
like, Deadpool comic books are like that. So, like, a Batman comic book will have a story, and the story will normally go for like really deep philosophical. Or maybe ask some questions. You know what I mean? Maybe, like, what's going on?
Like what's it mean to be a hero and all this kind of stuff.
Like, Deadpool just shows up, says some dick jokes, and then, like, gets probably stabbed a big bunch of times, and then everything's fine at the end.
See, there's a very wide spectrum of how Deadpool is portrayed in comics. Sometimes he's like, yeah, look at my dick and balls, guns and swords. But other times he's like, he's the sad clown, and he's just a really tortured, miserable man who uses humour as a defence. Like, and the movies tend to lean more into the loud, bombastic, bloody stuff, but there is little moments, especially in this one, of actual you see the real person in there.
I do think the best one of these that does that is probably the first one. The first Deadpool really nails like the whole cancer diagnosis and like working through all that stuff. That's really good. And I think I kind of just look at them as a whole. Like, they're just like a Deadpool block of like, they're all around the same tone and they are just look at my dick and balls for a lot of it. But I completely agree that it depends on the comic book as well, but I would say like 80% of the time he's coming out with dick and balls.
You better believe it.
And so like, if you know that coming in, then you're kind of watching this movie not in the same way that you would watch any other superhero movie. Like, we watched Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, right?
Yes.
And we were disappointed because, well, I personally was disappointed. I don't know about you, but I didn't think it was very good, and it completely wasted, I felt like, a good idea.
Yeah, and like, I think I liked the Sam Raimi director stuff that he did, but the actual story didn't work for me. I thought it was Jingling Keys, the movie, which this is in danger of doing. But again, which we said about No Way Home, the cameos that they did choose to bring in at least had some contribution to the plot.
Also, even if they didn't, it's a Deadpool movie. So, like, it's not... it's weird to say it's not the same, but it's not the same if somebody appears in a Deadpool movie, because, like, even the first Deadpool has that scene where all the X-Men are in the other room, and it's just like it's like a 3-second shot, but it's super funny.
Yeah, and it's just there for the laugh. Everything is for the funniest way you could do this.
Deadpool is there to break the dimensions. Like, he can just see through the comic book panel, he can see through the camera, he knows he's in a movie, so he doesn't give a shit. And so when we're watching it, we're like, oh, this is kind of funny. The story comes from his interactions with other people who don't know that they're in a movie or a comic book. Yeah,
it's a film where, like, you follow the comic relief and everyone else is the straight man. Like, that's the dynamic. What I will say, and this might be a bold claim, but it's also, I think, accurate. This is my favourite Wolverine they've ever put to film.
Oh.
I think he's fucking fantastic in this. And I was fully prepared to hate it.
He's not. I don't think he's as good as Logan. I think you're not beating Logan.
I think Logan's a very good Wolverine. In terms of what I want to watch this version of Wolverine more. Like, he's like, he's feral. He runs on all fours when he fights. That's really cool.
And you just love the yellow suit.
Love the yellow suit. Prefer the brown one, I will say, but
it really tackled the whole Logan thing perfectly at the start as well.
The fully desecrated is great.
Because the way that we were always talking about, like, how are they going to do that? Like, Logan is such a great end. Why would you come back? And, like, immediately, the minute it started, I was like, oh yeah, it's Deadpool, because he just calls it out. It's like, yeah, we're going to bring this fucking dickhead back to life. Yeah, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, and then he's actually properly
he's just bones.
Dead. Which is the best way of saying, like, no, everything in Logan happened, don't worry about that. But we're just going to do something else now.
Yeah, because, like, let's just have a bit of fun. Like, let's have a bit of crack for 2 hours. Why not?
Yeah, it's just a fun... This is something I'll throw on in the future while I'm doing stuff, like, around the house. Great movie for that, I would say.
The only... there's one or two things, but the main thing that I probably was a bit annoyed about was the two of them constantly killing, like, stabbing and punching and, like, shooting each other, and you're both... like, just, you'll never die. So,
yeah,
like, I think it happens like 3 or 4 times. And by like the 4th time I was like, lads, like,
there is a bit of, like, they kind of resolve to work together a couple of times in this movie, and it does get a little tiring, but I think it's the last time it happens is the fight in the car.
The car one is the one I wouldn't take out, because the car one is the best one. It
is. And it's even that speech Wolverine gives before.
Oh, it's such a good speech.
So good. And he shuts Deadpool up, which is insane for that to happen. The
sick joke is not actually on you, it's on all of us, because you can't fucking die.
And and he just, like, he can't even hold down a relationship, he can't save his planet, his world, like, all of this shit. And then just the greatest fight scene, it was set inside of a Honda Fit that I've ever seen.
Technically the only one. So best and worst.
Best and true, and most middling.
And yeah, just the most average and best and worst fight scene we've ever seen in one of those cars.
It's the Magneto train fight of fights in a Honda Fit.
That's the highest praise we can give to any fight scene, is Magneto train fight in Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, great scene in a bad movie.
Yeah, just a terrible movie. But so I mean, yeah, I think that's probably the strongest scene in the whole movie. Like that bit when he's like, when Hugh Jackman is fucking nearly just destroying him verbally, because all he said is fuck off up until that point.
Yeah, but then that's when he finally breaks, because he's like, oh, you don't know, you're just lying, you're just making this up as you go along. Yeah.
But what did he say? It's not a hopeful wish, an educated wish is what he made. An
educated wish, yeah. Which comes up a few times, and that's cute. I'm going to jump ahead here, but when he fucking pulled on the mask, man, I fucking slipped out of my seat. It was
the mask
great.
Is sick, to be
it's
fair.
So fucking good, right?
It's so good.
And that's practical as well, as far as I know.
Yeah. Like, it looks CGI, but it was practical.
Yeah, and like, I'm really glad they didn't put that in the trailers. Like, that was a surprising level of restraint.
Because then you actually get the reveal of the yellow suit, and then you get the reveal of the fucking mask, and you're like, oh shit.
It was spoiled for me that Chris Evans is in this movie. I saw that on Twitter before I saw the film. And I, like, five-headed thinking, like, oh no, they're not doing Captain America. He's definitely Johnny Storm in this.
Yeah.
So like, I ruined it for myself. Yeah.
The minute he showed up, I was like, oh, that's definitely Johnny Storm. And also, Chris, he's so funny. Like, he's so good.
Such a funny actor who never gets to be funny anymore.
Like, he's too handsome. He's so funny. Like, he's always...
after his introduction, I fully thought he died when he fell off the thing.
That would have been a bit... No, my favourite line in the movie, though, comes when he, like, breaks his neck and he lands. The Wolverine just goes, he's not with us.
Yeah.
That's all he says.
We don't know him.
We don't know him. Because it's just such a stupid line of, like, this guy sucks. Who the fuck is this guy?
The Sabretooth fight as well, the way it just fucking ends immediately.
And then he picks up his head and he's like, Furiosa!
Yeah.
He does like the whole fucking speech. I mean, it's so good. What I will say is, right, for a comedy, it's really funny. Like, it's...
Yeah.
Look, the thing with Deadpool is that if the first 7 jokes don't get you, the 8th one will. Like, it's just like a joke a minute. It's actually... I'm going to say these in the same sentence, but I don't think they're the same level of quality. But Airplane, like, is one of our favourite movies. But, like, it's just a joke a minute. It's joke every 10 seconds.
Quantity at that point. Like,
it's just hitting you. And like in Airplane, they probably have like a 9 out of 10 hit rate, and this they might have a 7 or a 6, but still a very fucking high hit rate for that amount of jokes.
Yeah, the one that they kept calling back to that I really just tickled me was, wait, no, why was Thor holding me and crying? What's going on there?
No, the bit that really got me was actually Johnny Storm when he's like, he was calling you all sorts of shit. I didn't say that. And then later on with Elektra, they were like, we were all torn up about it. I was absolutely devastated.
It's really good.
It's so stupid.
You stayed for the after credits, I'm assuming.
The little montage thing.
Yeah, there's one after that as well.
Oh, I didn't see the little thing after that.
Oh, do you want me to tell you?
Go for it.
It cuts back to when they're in the little prison car, and it's Wolverine and Deadpool and Johnny Storm. And Johnny Storm, he actually said all of the shit that Deadpool said he said. So Chris Evans is reading it all out. It's perfect.
It's so good.
It's like, I don't even care if she tears off my skin and I become a horrifying flesh bag.
And when he dies, I love the fact that the line is, do you know how much it was costing us a minute to have in this movie? Like, it's fucking ridiculous. What did you think of... Look, there was lots of cameos, lots of good stuff. We can get to the plot now in a second, but the plot is really... there's a big MacGuffin machine, and it... Actually, I wanted to talk about the plot, because it kind of... I got the vibe that... what's her name? Vanessa?
Yeah.
Vanessa was... Cassandra Nova. Cassandra Nova. So she's the villain, right? And then she turns good, and she sends them back to their own planet. Yeah. And then she turns back into the villain. But we know that Paradox is actually the villain. So I assume in a different draft of this movie, Paradox was just the villain who was using the machine. And then at some stage they were like, oh, Cassandra also turns back evil for a second time. Probably,
yeah. There are a lot of writers listed on this. This also was in production during the writer's strike, I think.
There's 6 writers.
6 writers
on this.
And so I assume there's like a bunch of stuff was already written and filmed. Writer's strike happened. They started doing what they could with what they had written already. Then the writer's strike ended, and they were like, oh, we want to change some stuff. And that's why there's kind of 2 antagonists who also both kind of help them at points. They
both help them, and then they both turn on each other. And it's one of those things where I was like, surely it would just make more sense if she just sent them back. And like Paradox was the one that brought in all the Deadpools and was like, oh, they're going to ruin my machine because I'm going to snip his universe out of existence.
Yeah. And like I like Emma Corrin as Cassandra Nova. I think she's really good, and I think she could work in any of the other X-Men movies, and she wouldn't be that weird she wouldn't stand out, you know.
No, and also that fucking CGI with the fingers going through the heads and the ears. Oh, it's so good.
It's gross, but it's amazing.
It's completely gross, but also I'm like, how have they never done that before? That's such a cool effect.
Do you think they tried to get Vinnie Jones back as Juggernaut?
Yes.
Do you
100%.
think he just refused?
Yes. But it's so funny that they didn't get Ben Affleck Daredevil, but somehow Wesley Snipes agreed to come back, even though him and Ryan Reynolds on Blade Trinity was so funny. They hated each other.
Well, like, apparently he only met his stunt double most of the time. Like, yes. The Blade one fucking surprised me, and I thought it was amazing. I feel like Ben Affleck was probably in a draft of this movie somewhere, and it just fell through.
Maybe he just couldn't film it at the time, so they just got rid of it, because they just have that one line with Elektra where like, and Daredevil, and she just like shakes her head.
Dead. Like
the bit of Magneto, like, oh god, thank god we have Magneto. He's dead. Oh, for fuck's sake.
So good.
The best one.
The line that Wesley Snipes said of "There's only ever going to be one blade."
Such a stupid line, especially because it's too close to the bone, Wesley. It's too close, please, Wesley.
It kind of just happened as well. Like
how did they know?
They're prescient, and then Channing Tatum.
Okay. We need to talk about Channing Tatum.
We need to talk about this. Man, he fucking kills it.
It's the funniest accent I've ever heard. It's so bad that it's good. That's why it's
they hang
amazing.
A lampshade on it. But also, he grew up in the Cajun community. He's from around there. So
it's such a terrible accent.
But the look is perfect.
Oh, sorry.
The look is perfect. I wish they gave him the red eyes. But other than that,
but the man has been trained his whole life. So if you're really catching on, me and Shaun have been covering the Gambit thing from years.
From day dot.
We were the first journalists on the scene when that got announced in 2016 that it was Sony and Fox are doing a Gambit movie, and then they're like, no, actually it's cancelled. No, we're bringing it back. No, actually it's cancelled. No, we're bringing it back. No, actually it got the Blade treatment that it did now. And then we just watched Channing Tatum get sadder and sadder as the years went by.
And he's like, I'll make it myself. I don't care.
There was that story where he was going to film it himself in his own backyard. Yeah. And then he was going to.
I think we might have added the own backyard bit of colour.
He was going to write it himself. He was going to he was literally doing everything to get this off the ground. He loves this character,
which is why I love when they're all talking about when I showed up in the void and all this, and then Channing Tatum's just I think I might have been born here, I'm not sure.
The jingling of keys in this one is a character that nobody's ever seen, but we knew. You have to be so online to understand why Channing Tatum as Gambit is funny.
That's the thing. If you find Channing Tatum showing up as Gambit to be funny and interesting, then you will like this movie because you're in too deep at that point.
Yeah, you're one of the fucking dorks like us who's seen this story over 10 years that this poor man just especially because in 2016 Channing Tatum is fucking massive.
He's the thing in Hollywood.
He's the big thing in Hollywood, and he's going to Fox I want to do a superhero movie for you. I want to be Gambit.
And superhero movie in 2016,
and they were it's not going to work. Sorry,
never get off the ground. But now apparently there's rumours that a Gambit solo project could be happening. And it's we kind of already saw his ending.
It's kind of a bit late now.
It's too little, too late.
Yeah, that's the problem. This is just kind of a fun little send-off for him. But every scene he's in is hilariously funny. Everything he says is funny. And then half the things he says nobody can understand, which is even funnier because he's doing the thickest
I'm about to make
accent.
A name for myself here.
I'm about to make a name for myself here. Says it so quickly. And Deadpool even being who is your dialect coach?
What did you think of the Cavalrine?
I thought that it was fine. I think that's the weakest of all of the little shows.
That's the most key jingly one. Also, sorry, there is also a line where Deadpool's oh, you're going to the MCU. And he's oh, the balance of power in the MCU is about to change. But that one was very much... Oh, look, here's Superman, here's the Henry Cavill.
And he wanted to throw in the line of, we'll treat you differently to those dickbags down the road or whatever. And it's that's very funny. But if you have a different Wolverine for one, then Hugh Jackman shouldn't play all the rest of them that he goes to see.
I would have liked to see a Daniel Radcliffe or a Taron Egerton thing.
You should have covered all of them. The possible, throw them all into all of those separate little shots.
Now, I did like the variants on Wolverine. Seeing them was cool.
The two best ones. The Hulk one is the best one. The other one is the one on the planet with all the skulls. And then he just shows up and it's the fucking Passion of the Christ. He's Jesus, it's not you, it's me. We're just going a different direction.
I did the Patch looked great as well. Age of Apocalypse with the one hand, great. The What did you think of comic accurate Wolverine?
That's just a funny gag. That's just good. Like, I mean, people are always asking for it, so like this is the perfect time to throw it in. That like in one of them he's 4'11" or whatever he is.
5'3",
so, like,
but yeah,
5'3". My apologies, but like, I think that's quite funny. The suit, by the way, when he fights Hulk, that's a beautiful suit.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It might be slightly better than the yellow one.
I was actually thinking about that, but it might be because we only see that one for like maybe 10 seconds and the other one we see for like an hour and a half.
I guess in like motion it has to look a lot different.
But like I think they're both beautiful. So like I think they're both fucking great suits depending on what you want to do. So I'm like, brown suit is fucking great, yellow suit is really great. Let's fucking throw the two of them into the movie.
Honestly, yellow suit with the mask is fucking perfect. Even when he pulls it down, he's like, I use it for killing. Like, that's so Wolverine.
And the bit that obviously we have to get into, like, this Wolverine is slightly different, and it's because like all the X-Men are killed. Now he doesn't get into how they're killed. He's just like, the humans decided one day that we're going to kill them all. But I was kind of thinking to myself, I was like, if Professor X wanted to, he could just like turn them all into ice cream. Like, he could just be like,
he could just make them all go to sleep like
immediately.
It's weird. I thought they were gonna do like the Old Man Logan thing where he accidentally killed everyone.
That's exactly what I was thinking as well. Yeah.
Like, surely that would be the big shock. But
maybe that's too far gone. Like, you can't come back from that.
You can't come back from killing that. Well, Old Man Logan does.
Well, technically, but like, it's very tough to come back from, I killed everyone in all of those movies and now I'm the hero in this.
True. We did get an Old Man Logan cameo as well.
Also, the line of I'm the X-Man doesn't really hit the same if he's killed all the other X-Men.
By default, I'm the only one left because of my actions.
Because I killed them. Because I killed them all.
Oh, I killed them so good.
I do like that he went butchering people afterwards. Then he just started killing on a rampage because he's like, I killed all my friends.
So now he's just a miserable. I do like miserable drunk Wolverine in a bar. Like when Deadpool has the gun and he's just laughing. That's great. I
think Cyclops could take 1,000 humans by himself.
Yeah, 100%. Which, like,
Storm would wreck about 10,000 of them.
Like, I don't know how you kill those people. I don't know how you kill Jean Grey. You know?
Oh yeah, Jean Grey. Oh no, Jean Grey will take millions. She's going out with me. Like, Cyclops is taking a lot of them just through like force. Storm could just make it like a fucking tornado and just immediately kill all of them, or like a tsunami or something. Like, that's them done.
Yeah, unless it's like, I don't know, maybe that universe the humans had a special mutant killer thing. Like a sentinel, but just a regular gun.
Yeah, like I'm just overtaking it. I was just like, but the X-Men are so good. what happened? It was weird that they cut out the line from Laura, when she's like, "You were never the right guy," and like, but in the trailer, I think there's an extra line to that.
Is there?
Like, yeah. Like,
did she not say you were never the right guy until you were, or something like that?
No, she says in the movie, "You were never the right guy." And then in the trailer, it says, until you were.
I thought I heard that in my cut in the theatre.
I'm pretty positive she doesn't say it.
That's why. But no, surely she'd have. Otherwise it makes no sense.
Sitting in the cinema, and she said the line, and then she walks away, and me thinking, you gotta say the second half of that line, because you were never the right guy. But like, there's obviously like ...
I thought she said it. I will.
People send in if she said it or not, but I'm pretty sure she didn't. But maybe, I think what's happened here is you've watched the trailer, or you've heard her say it, and then you went to the movie.
My brain filled in the gap.
And your brain filled in the gap because you've already heard that line.
No, but I think I watched it. I'm fairly sure I watched it.
I could be completely wrong. I just was like, oh, that's weird. If she doesn't say it, it's weird. And if she does say it, I take this all back and this whole segment is pointless.
True, yeah. It'll be one or the other. Either way, I'm fine.
Either way, you are the best host I've ever seen, Shaun. Don't you worry about it. Do you want to talk about Paradox and the whole exposition with the TVA and all that stuff?
Not really.
It's just like a means to an end.
Yeah, it's just I like the new suit is really good. The new Deadpool suit.
Really love when he comes out and he's like, "Your guy is a predator," just to let you know,
just so everyone's aware. It's weird because of like how Loki ended up, and the TVA is good now. That they had to Paradox is a rogue agent who's operating outside of what the TVA wants. That was a lot of fumbling to get to where
I think they didn't know the ending of season 2 of Loki before writing this.
I don't think so. It would have been fun to see Deadpool meet Loki, or a variant of Loki.
True. I think they'd spent all the budget on Chris.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, like Jennifer Garner, Wesley Snipes, Channing Tatum. These people aren't cheap, Sean. You know what I mean? You gotta.
Apparently, Robert Downey Jr. was to show up in an earlier draft. Like, he read lines with Ryan Reynolds about it, but they were just it doesn't work. Like, he was to show up as Tony Stark, but then I think they found out about the Doom casting, and it was like, oh no, let's get rid of that.
Yeah, we can't fuck him up in both movies.
Yeah. Just kill so many legacies in one movie.
Let's do it again. I think, this movie kind of lives and dies off the interaction between the two of them. And I mean, I thought it was perfect for the characters that they are. Thought
they played very well together.
Yeah, like you have Grumpy Wolverine, you've Grumpy Logan, and then you've got Wade Wilson, who doesn't give a shit and just consistently always talks at all times.
Yeah.
And it's just... Go on.
I liked Nice Pool.
I was going to bring up Nice Pool because he's such a dickhead, and it's
he's
so
the worst
funny.
kind of man. Like
he's the best and the worst, because you just get bad vibes from him.
Yeah. He's a nice guy, you know?
He's Nice Pool. And even Deadpool at one stage is like, that's a bit sexist. He's like, no, I'm a feminist. I'm allowed to say that.
I did also it's fine, you'll regenerate. You guys can regenerate. He died of murder.
When he brings him out and he's like, you're not even helping me, move your legs. And he's just like, I think I'm paralysed.
So fucking good.
Because he goes, we gotta run over there, they got a triage in that burger place. And Wolverine's like, no they don't. And he's like, we're gonna make it. He's lying to you.
It's a donut stand. They're basically hospitals.
And the bit when he gets caught by the cord, he's like, I'm mauled in by the cord, just to give the dog back.
It's I again, dumb. Love all the little Deadpool cameos. Matthew McConaughey was apparently the cowboy Deadpool.
Was he? I know Wrexham footballer Paul Mullen is the Welsh one.
Welsh Pool. Blake Lively is Lady Deadpool.
And I think
Nathan
their kids...
Fillion.
I think their kids are Kid Pool and Baby Pool.
Yes. And then the head pool is Nathan Fillion.
Right.
Who of people.
That scene is funny, and then it's completely pointless, but just funny. That's kind of it. It's just... Yeah. I think that's the bit that's like the most... None of this actually matters whatsoever.
Yeah. It's a long take of a lot of cool kill shots.
Yeah.
Ending with a gag where Deadpool falls out the back of a bus.
And then all the people just get back up.
Yeah, everyone gets back up, and then Peter rocks up, and they
all get distracted by Peter. And they all just leave anyway. It's
great. Like, again, it's dumb, but it's fun. And then they just go downstairs into a subway, and that's the end of the movie.
That's the moving on to the next scene.
I did like the Madonna needle drop when they're like,
oh yeah, so good.
It's like that's a fun little scene.
It's genuinely one of those scenes where it's like this could be completely cut out and it's the same movie, but it's just a fun scene to have in here. It's kind of like, oh, this is fun.
Yeah, and it's completely like, I mean, all movies are this, I guess, but it's completely fabricated emotion. Like you kind of know they're both going to be fine.
Oh yeah, like through the whole thing, like nothing will ever happen to them. that's why it's so funny when they're like there with Johnny Storm and everything, because like he can die.
He is
so
a mortal man. Yeah,
like so can Elektra, so can Gambit, but these two motherfuckers are basically indestructible. So like any plan they come up with doesn't matter. They don't care.
Yeah. How did you feel to hear some motherfuckers are still trying to ice skate uphill?
So good.
As soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, that's for Conor.
I love that line. I mean, that's one of the worst, best lines ever written in a movie. So, I mean, I love it if they throw it back in again. Because having always watched the original Blade, that line makes no sense. And it's clearly just Wesley Snipes made it up on the day. Yeah. And the fact that it's carried on this long is so good.
I love the idea of someone watching this but has never watched Blade. And it's like, what does that mean?
I watched it with two people who had never watched an X-Men movie or Blade.
Holy shit,
or Daredevil or Elektra.
How did they have a fun time?
They said they had fun.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
So it carries along.
Hadn't even watched Deadpool. One of them hadn't even watched any of the Deadpools.
That's fucking insane.
Just went to this movie. And so they were like, I was explaining on the way over, I was like, look, Logan, he died there a few years ago, but this is a different Logan. It's like they're both indestructible, so they both can die, right? Just like try to. I was like, Deadpool had cancer, but then he overcame it because his mutant gene came in. You don't understand what a mutant gene is because you never watched the X-Men, but that's fine. They're just superheroes. That's kind of it.
Yeah, and they're going to punch for a bit, and then they'll be friends.
And at the end of it, I was like, "What did you think?" And they were like, yeah, pretty good, really good. It was really funny. I was like,
good spectacle, you know?
Because I was like, it's funny for whoever. It doesn't matter. Like, it's just some good gags. Like, you don't need to know that, like, who Johnny Storm is. But that's just a funny scene that Chris Evans shows up and has superpowers and then immediately breaks his neck.
Yeah, the comedy isn't, hey, Johnny Storm is doing this. It's like, oh, this is a funny situation.
It actually kind of works better because the jingling of the keys doesn't happen. They have to laugh at the gag.
Yes.
The keys aren't jingled because they've never seen the keys.
Whereas, like, to go back to Doctor Strange, like, fucking your man Krasinski shows up as Mr. Fantastic. And it's like, hey, look at this. This is what you want.
Yeah.
There's no reason for him to, like, there's no reason for him to be there. There's no reason for them to pause after introducing him to let the theatre applaud.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I would preferred more scenes with Marina Baccarin. I don't think the whole ending thing is deserved, really, with when they're like, oh, we're back together, we're madly in love, or it's all good. I'm kind of like, well, I haven't actually seen the two of you interact until like the very start.
Like, for being such a key plot point in the first two movies, she was just kind of dropped in this one.
Yeah, I would have preferred a lot more scenes with her. Probably a lot more scenes with a few of the older people. So Cable especially should have been in this, I think. Yeah,
I would have liked to have seen more from Daphne Keane, like the Logan X-23 stuff. Yeah. Like, that would have been fun. She was great as well. Like, she's really good. And like she has one scene with Logan and she kills it. And is really, really good, depending on what she says or not. But go on. True. Where is everyone at the end of this movie?
They're all on Earth 10015, I think it is.
Yeah, something like that. They're in the old Fox universe. Is there still the universe, right?
They're in Deadpool's universe.
Yeah.
So Deadpool was in Earth 616 until he started using Cable's time machine to bring people back. And once he started bringing people back, he went to Earth 115 or whatever it is.
No, because but the first two Deadpool movies are the Fox universe, which is the 1005 or whatever it is.
But he's on 616 talking to Happy in this.
Yeah, because he used the machine to go to that, and then he goes back to his own.
I flipped it around. Yeah, no, he used the machine to go to 616, but he's actually in 10015.
Yes. So they're back there now. They're not in, quote unquote, the MCU, which is 616, even though it shouldn't be.
All of this doesn't matter.
No, ultimately doesn't affect your life.
It's fine, but like, it's a cool way to bring everybody in. Is Wolverine going to do this? Is Hugh Jackman going to do this until he's 90, Sean?
I think they might, honestly. Like, I think he's coming back for something else. I think he's coming back for Secret Wars.
I think Secret Wars he's locked in.
I think he kind of is. And I don't know, is that a bad thing?
It's fine. It's just, you kill him again, I suppose. We gotta kill him again.
Kill him again. You could do... I saw someone was like, once they reset everything from Secret Wars and they can finally bring in the mutants, they should do Wolverine. Hulk should stumble across Wolverine, like in the Alaskan wilderness, and they just start fighting, and that's your introduction to Wolverine. Like, do
played
the actual...
by
Jared Keeso.
Daphne Keane. Exactly. Daphne Keane should fuck up Hulk.
True. Yeah, just bring Daphne Keane in as Wolverine. That's fine.
I mean, she's locked in. She's ready to go.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
Yeah.
You can do a Young Avengers guy. No, fuck.
No, don't throw her into that.
All your Young Avengers actors have aged up.
They're all like 35.
Why did they bring in so many fucking young superheroes and do nothing with them?
They do nothing for like 10 years.
Like, they're all just going to be regular Avengers. Who's on the Avengers anymore?
I don't think there's an Avengers or a Young Avengers currently. The Avengers is... Hang on. We'll know this. Is Strange still an Avenger?
I think so.
Okay. We're locked in with Strange.
Captain America.
Ant-Man?
Ant-Man's an Avenger.
Is he retired?
How did that last Ant-Man movie end?
I think he goes back to the daughter.
He's panicking because of Kang, but Kang's
no
not
longer
a thing anymore. Who is on the Avengers? 5 years ago, we would have been able to rattle this off.
You can rattle off the names, but you can't now.
Is there a current roster anywhere? You got War Machine.
Okay, good.
Everything is just former members, man. That's really sad.
Oh no.
New Avengers, the new team. No, that's Civil War shit.
That's different.
Keep scrolling.
That's a different thing.
No, we're still on. You know what? No, it is just. I think they're disbanded at the minute.
It's just War Machine. War Machine is the Avengers.
You got War Machine. You got Captain America. But yeah, because it's all mixed up. I think there's no Avengers at the minute. And then for Doomsday, it'll probably reform the Avengers.
Right, but when they reform it, they'll have War Machine, Captain America, Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Hulk?
And you just need Doctor Strange, don't you? Hulk maybe and his weird dumb
Hulk
son.
and Doctor Strange can normally solve basically every problem you could ever have, so I don't really think you need anyone else.
She-Hulk, Daredevil, any of them?
I don't think they're moving Disney Plus into this. No, I don't think so.
Spider-Man?
I don't know if Spider-Man's going to be in it.
Did you see when he was in Happy's office, they very cleverly blocked out Tom Holland's face in one of the photos?
Clever.
So that they didn't have to pay image rights.
And also, technically, he's meant to be forgotten now.
It's true. Yeah, who's in that fucking photo?
Yeah, although maybe that was before he was forgotten, this whole fucking thing is all fucked up. This movie has made like $1 quadrillion. It's
Be Passionate Christ, didn't it?
It's going to hit $1 billion. It's probably already hit $1 billion by the time this episode comes out.
Yes.
Which
is
made
today, of course, Connor. We don't record
which is a budget of $200 million it was made with. So quite a lot of money went into it, and it's made quite a lot of money back. Do we see another Deadpool? Are they putting Deadpool in the Avengers? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if I want it. I think you could just leave it here.
I think this is fine.
Yeah, I think this is a nice stopping point, and then maybe we stop with movies for a bit.
No, I think though what they'll do is, look, as we've seen recently with Marvel, this is a good thing, Sean. And what happens when they get one good thing?
I see. You milk the fuck out of it.
You're going to fucking squeeze the shit. Feige's not letting go of this. So I'm thinking we're having a scene in the next movie very similar to Ant-Man Paul Rudd in Civil War, where he like wakes up in the back of a van and like Deadpool just rolls out and you're like, oh, this is the funny one. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I I honestly, I would watch it, one, because it's kind of our job that we do here, and also it would be interesting to see him as part of a team with an actual story that has implications for the wider universe, not just his own little side hustle, you know?
Yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes. I thought this was a fun romp, Shaun.
Yeah, fun romp indeed, Connor.
If you're having a bit of crack, if you're looking for a bit of crack, I would go watch it.
It's a fun cinema time as well.
Yeah, it's literally the movie you put on, as Shaun said, put it on and just kind of watch it. If it's on TV, I'd watch it. It's just a bit of crack. Like, it's not going to break anything. If you miss 15 minutes and come back, it's fine. It's still Deadpool and Wolverine doing shit.
Again, we've like circled back around to the 15-year-old being like, oh, comics are dumb and fun and cool. Let's just.
I actually read a very interesting thing. It was like someone after reading one comic book is like, comics are so cool, and then somebody after reading 100 comic books is like, comics are too fucking fun. They need to be serious. And then after 1,000 comic books, you go back to, comics can be fucking dumb. Let's have Superman do dumb shit.
That's entirely like where we're at, I think. So just have fun with it.
Make it fun. Let's do Superman be nice.
Yeah, I can't wait for nice Superman.
If you told me, like, even at 18 years old, you'd be like, you want Superman to be nice? Don't be a dork, man.
He should be tortured.
What's wrong with you?
With the weight of his powers.
Gotta be fucking dark. Batman.
Edgy.
I like Batman too. I want Superman to be happy, and I want Robert Pattinson to come back as the Batman in the darkest, most fucking sad movie you've ever seen.
But he's still full of hope.
Oh man. So this movie, how are we at Shaun?
2 testicle-shaped Weetabix.
Very good. Fantastic. So that's the end of our movie review. If you have thoughts on Deadpool and Wolverine, send them in. Spotify will ask you a question. Put it in there. You can put it onto Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Just send us a message.
Facebook group, throw it in there as well.
Facebook group, Detective Difference Discussion Group. You can send it in there. That'd be pretty great. But Shaun, it's now time for some weird news, which means the weird news jingle. Weird news jingle never fails to hit.
Never fails to be a 5 out of 10, does it?
No, I wouldn't go that high.
4? 3.5.
Still quite. I'll give you 2.75.
I'll take it.
I knew you'd take literally anything.
I just need recognition.
Shaun, weird news, obviously. What do we do here?
You spent the week gathering all the weirdest news stories from around the world. You're about to read them all out to me, a man who has been too busy searching for recognition from literally anyone to look at any weird news.
And have you found it?
Yeah, I mean, you could solve this now.
Actually, there was several messages this week, people complimenting you, saying that you're very funny.
What?
I had a few messages saying that they liked the Shaun Solve segment last week.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
lads.
I didn't tell you.
I'm shy now.
I didn't want to get you a big head.
It couldn't get any bigger. I can't find hats that fit.
I'm too good. People were saying you were better than mediocre. That's some of the wording that's going around.
2.75 is what I'm here.
Out of 7. So Shaun, we are getting into weird news, and there's only really one place that I wanted to start, because have you heard about the 2 American astronauts who blasted off on a test mission this week, or last week I should say, that they went to space for 8 days, or what they thought would be 8 days, and could be stuck up there until 2025?
No, I didn't hear about this at all. That's terrifying.
So, this was last week, on the 5th of, a few weeks ago I should say. They were expecting to be back in a matter of days when they went up. Things didn't quite go to plan. In fact, Barry Butch Wilmore and Sunita Williams are still up there, Shaun, floating high above the Earth nearly 2 months later. So they went up originally June 5th, and they are still up there. They went up for a test run.
Did no one... Did something go wrong, or did they get their dates mixed up? They put too much fuel in. Imagine
somebody working in the space. Fuck!
Not that one.
Lads. I forgot to fucking bring them back. The pair, who are stuck indefinitely, now face the sudden prospect of missing not only the summer entirely, but even Christmas and New Year's, and having it up in space after saying goodbye to their families for a few days.
I'll be back in a week. Fucking, I went out for space milk.
They're on a work trip, and they're going to come back 12 months later.
What? They're going to be different people. How? What rations do they have?
Mr. Wilmore, 61, and Miss Williams, 58, flew a Boeing, that explains it, Starliner spacecraft to the station. It was the first flight of its kind with people on board and was a test designed to see how the new spacecraft performs before it's used more regularly. Problems, however, emerged as it made its approach. These included leaks in its propulsion system and some of its thrusters shutting down. So, while they made it to the space station safely, they will need an alternative mode of transport to get home if the Starliner stays broken up there with them.
Right, so they have to send up another ship to go get them? Or either fix that one?
At a news briefing last week, Sean, NASA officials said no firm decisions had been made when it comes to the next steps.
You'd want to start deciding fairly quick.
It's a fancy way of saying we don't have a fucking clue what to do next.
Honestly, we're on the back foot here, folks.
Like, if someone in work asks you like a question you have no answer to what to do, then you're like, I have no firm decisions on what comes next in regards to next steps.
Parts in motion at the minute. We're just making sure we're all aligned before we
got to resync, we got to realign. There's a lot of steps, a lot of things in motion. There's no firm decisions currently on progress.
This is the plot of The Martian, though, right?
It is, yes. Our prime option is to return Butch and Sonny on Starliner, which is obviously the ship they went up on. However, we have done the requisite planning to make sure we have other options open in case that is still broken. So
you would just get in and just hope it works then, and then if it fucks up, they'll send up a replacement.
Well, then if it fucks up, they're dead, I assume.
You wouldn't be dead. You'd float for a while in the depths of space. Yeah,
they would die eventually, but not almost immediately.
So, is it just the two of them up there?
Currently, yes.
What do you mean current? Like they're going to send up friends?
Well, the thing is, so one potential option is being considered is that they attach the two astronauts to a mission that's scheduled to launch in September and return them to Earth with that mission in February. So they're doing a separate trip up, two other people in September. They're coming back in February.
I mean, you're missing out on a lot of stuff there.
That's a lot of stuff, yeah. So they'd have to stay there till February.
So you're 6 months up there?
I suppose the question is, Sean, and I mean, I'm thinking I'm going to try to say what everyone else is thinking. Is there a rom-com in this? Are we saying that this is an easy rom-com?
Oh, it's kind of writing itself as we speak.
If you're the families of both of these people, this is a rom-com locked in.
I wouldn't I wouldn't go out with you if you were the last man on Earth.
You're stuck up there.
Something there.
There's nobody else.
What you'd hope you'd get on. What if we were stuck up there, right? We become the first podcasters in space.
Yeah.
But then it's like, oh no, lads, sorry, you were meant to be up there for the length of a weird news, but you're actually up there for 6 months. I
think who kills who first?
I think you kill me first.
I definitely think I kill you first, yes.
Yeah, 100% that's happening.
I think you'd be so anxious and stressed that it would annoy me.
True, unless I circle back and I get space madness.
I think no, I take that back. You would kill me first, because you would definitely succumb to space madness.
What? Oh yeah, I might have already.
I think you'd be super anxious, but then the anxiety would flip to space madness at a certain point.
I start hearing ghosts in my blood.
Yeah, you would be the one that's hearing ghosts, and you'd be like, Conor, the axe is telling me that it wants to meet you.
It's kinder this way.
It's gonna be like sleeping.
You just wake up, I'm standing over you with an axe. I'm Luke Skywalker.
Thank you for accepting my axe options. It's like swinging. The plan would mean the astronauts would spend more than 8 months rather than 8 days aboard the International Space Station. If the Crew Dragon is used, the Starliner craft will be returned to Earth without any crew under computer control. So, apparently, that flight to the space station will be made by a SpaceX Crew Dragon craft.
Right.
But the initial plan was to have 4 members on the second ship, but now they might just send 2 and leave 2 empty seats
pick them up
for the other 2 to come
on the way back. Right. Huh. I mean, do you think they get time and a half for this? Like,
I think you'd have to get triple pay. Why are you looking at here? Like, you're on the clock.
I think you get like just a NASA credit card, and you're allowed to just have that from now on.
You get unlimited funds.
Yeah, you'd have 8 months of your life.
Yeah,
wasted.
This is the most overtime anyone's ever done.
They have enough food up there, though, do they?
Yeah, it's the International Space Station, so I'm assuming they have the place stocked out with like weird fucking packages that you can eat.
Nutrigrain bars and stuff like that.
Yeah, just like weird stuff.
I mean, okay, you get to go to space for 8 months. You can only bring one type of food, but you get 8 months of it. What are you bringing?
Don't bring something you like.
No, you'll get sick of it.
You'll get sick of it. You want to bring something that you're mild on to start with, or maybe dislike.
Or something that you can kind of
like
change a little bit. You know, like you can leave some elements out, things like that.
Oh, what's the... But see, you have to also take in, there's no gravity, so you're floating.
It's true, actually. I forgot gravity is a thing.
Surely just protein bars or something. Just
you're never going to shit again.
But you'd be a tank.
You're pure lean by the end of it.
You'd come out like looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Big bowl of stew, maybe?
A bit. How are you going to drink stew?
You'd chew it.
How are you...
It's in a pouch.
You know what? There's a fucking gag there, right? Where Irish lad gets sent up to the space station and he pulls out a big tub of stew and he starts trying to eat it.
Yeah,
like, I think that's a really good gag.
And then he has a long day in the space office.
Of course.
And he tries to crack a Guinness and it just fucking goes everywhere.
Oh, lads, I didn't tilt the glass. Oh, fuck.
He's tilted it upside down.
Some head in the shock. Oh, Jesus.
Put a flake in that, boys, huh?
I think we would do our country the service, but simultaneously, if we watched it, be like, yeah, that's what we fucking do.
I see myself in that.
That's what we do. So earlier this week, NASA used a rocket to deliver more food and supplies to the ISS, including extra clothes for the 2 astronauts.
Pretty good.
Last month, in a short press briefing, the pair said that they were absolutely confident in the return trip, and the Starliner was truly impressive. Now, this was last month, so I think their confidence in their bosses is dwindling by the day.
Yeah, they got to be keeping in touch, though, right? You're gonna miss so many. Like, what's the entertainment like on the International Space Station?
Probably not great. Like,
Think you're allowed a PlayStation up there?
A PlayStation and a big bowl of stew. Honestly, and you'd be laughing.
That's my weekend sorted, lads.
27 degrees in Ireland, just a big bowl of stew. Something, heat the cockles.
And a nice mug of tea as well.
A nice mug of tea. This is the 3rd stint aboard the ISS for Miss Williams, a retired Navy helicopter pilot, fucking legend, while Mr. Wilmore is a former fighter jet pilot who had been to space twice before.
So it's not like it's their first time in space.
No. And also, I think there's a slight skeleton crew up there currently as well.
So it's not just the 2 of them.
But it does feel like if you were on the skeleton crew that was already there, you're kind of like, they're kind of cramping our style because they're not like part of our group. Like, they're not really one of us.
We've got all these in-jokes going, you know.
We've got in-jokes that we've had up here for a while, and you've kind of just showed up and we thought you were going to leave.
Yeah, we thought it was like a fly-in visit.
To me, it's the equivalent of you invite someone over for the weekend. They're like, we're just going to stay an extra week. And you're like, well...
Are you know? Should you?
I can't really get comfortable in my own home with you here. Like,
it's not I don't like you, it's just I have my own private space.
I like my own time to myself.
You understand.
They said, by the way, it feels good to float around. It feels good to be in space and work up here with the International Space Station team. So yeah, it's great to be up here, they said in their press release, which I think is surely all bollocks.
Yeah, they wouldn't have beds ready for him or anything like that. Like, how many people can the International Space Station hold?
I'd say they're probably rented out as Airbnb at the moment, so like...
Should be fucking cheaper than Dublin, huh?
Fucking cheaper than Dublin there now, huh?
7 people! 7 people can stay up there.
7 people! 7! So there's 7 of them up there now.
Yeah, like, unless there was 7 to start.
No, they might have only had like 2 or 3 up there at any given time.
Maybe, they're like topping and tailing. They go at a speed of 5 miles a second, orbiting Earth every 90 minutes.
Sure, then just fucking fly down and just land. Just take back off.
It is a remarkable feat of engineering, though, I will say.
But
however,
Shaun, my question to you is, would you go to space?
See, here's, like, I love the way I fucking thought about this, like it's ever going to be an option.
I know, I know that you've already thought about the question before I asked you. That's why I asked you.
Yeah. I don't think I would.
I think that's a good choice.
For humanity, yeah.
No, I think, well, first of all, space crazy. You would 100% go crazy.
100% space crazy.
But secondly, if it was an alien situation, you're the first one gone. You're the first one who sticks your head in the fucking thing. Like, oh, what's that weird hole? There's lots of fucking slime. And then you
what
get
if they're smart, nice aliens, though? I could be
they're
a good
not
first
smart.
contact.
What are they eating your face?
No, different aliens. Imagine it.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, hello, I'm the representative of humans.
With your big bowl of stew.
Would you like some?
Would you like some stew?
Get a can into you there.
You put out a can of harp. Dutch gold. Just put it out, just like crack it up. Well, lads, what's going on?
Now come here to me. This lad's called Crash Bandicoot, okay? And he's a bit of a scamp.
They re-released this a few years ago, and I'll tell you now, the difficulty level spiked, so it did now. When I was young, I was flying through it, so I tell you now, I was
unreal at it.
Oh, I was unreal, but now when they brought it back, I'm not so good. So come in and now, sit down beside me
we'll
here.
Play it together, we'll learn. We'll learn, me and you. Anyway, I'm space crazy.
Everyone else is dead. You killed them all.
They're all strangled by PS2 cords.
I just think, and the next day is like on the news is like, we're starting a war with the humans because they are vile creatures eating stew.
I'm in the background still eating the stew.
You've convinced them to attack Earth. That's the time where you should go.
I was just complaining, like, oh yeah, the rent is super high, like, you know.
Fucking Dublin, lads, I'll tell you now, they've ruined it. They've ruined it all together, so they have. Oh, fucking hell. And just like, the aliens are like, we've started a war with Dublin. Ireland will be the first to strike. We're like, what the fuck, man?
Nah, don't worry. We have the Spire. We'll be grand. That's a big
You're
ship,
like picking out random people. My uncle fucking John, he was a dick to me now on my 10th birthday. Take him out there now as well while you're at it.
Bring him up. Drop him. Be grand.
Bring him up and drop him. Don't even give him any stew.
Fire him into the sun.
So Shaun, we're going to move on. By the way, that's a terrible day at work. I don't know what you'd do with that. If any of us went to work and then they were like, instead of 1 day, you're here for 9 months.
Oh, if I get asked to stay 15 minutes extra, I'm killing someone.
I'm not having my stew. I'm leaving.
No, I occasionally get stew in work. It's nice.
You're a psychopath. What are you doing, man?
Do a little veggie stew every now and again. It's nice.
I once seen somebody in the cafeteria pull out 7 oranges and eat all 7.
That's insane. That's too many oranges.
That was just all they ate. Just 7 oranges.
I was sitting on a train one time and a lady peeled 4 boiled eggs in front of me.
You told me that before.
Yeah, I think I told you on the show.
That's just pure skill, though. That's not wrong with that.
I've never successfully peeled an egg. I fuck it up every time.
She's doing it in one motion?
It was like a series of taps, a roll, and then she just peeled it off.
Fuck off. She knows things that we'll never know. What a talented woman.
She knows her way around an egg, let me tell you.
Shaun, I wanted to cover this story because it's from last week. It's from the Olympics, but it's something that really caught my eye in more ways than one. Pole vaulter's Olympic dream shattered by his own penis.
Yep, seen this video. If you have to lose the Olympics,
if there's any way to lose the Olympics, I think we can all agree it's for having a massive dick.
Yeah. And then even you can take the piss out of whoever wins, being like, you won because of your small dick.
They'd be fairly good at the old pole vault. I haven't looked at them, is what I'm thinking. French pole vaulter Anthony Ammirati saw his Olympic dream go up in smoke in unfortunate circumstances when his penis caused his own downfall. So, the 21-year-old competing in front of his home crowd looked all set to clear the 5.7 metres that the pole was set at. Okay? And to take a major step towards the final of his event before disaster struck. Now, Shaun, there's never going to be every week that I pass up the headline, Pole vaulter's Olympic dream shattered by his own penis, because if we miss that, we're not doing a service to the listeners.
We're not doing our duty, no.
We're not doing our duty.
Now look, early doors of this show, back in the day, we might not have covered this story. We might have been trying to be too polite.
So stupidly funny.
And if you've seen the video, and I know most of you have, it's you go through the gamut of emotions, because you're like, oh, he's over, oh, something's caught, oh, fair play to him, he's gone, he's lost it.
They're all the gamuts of emotions.
There's the four emotions I can feel.
Fair play to him. Oh, Jesus, something's caught. As the Frenchman prepared to relinquish his pole, his own pole grazed the bar with enough force to send it crashing to the floor, thus ending his hopes. He finished 12th, Shaun, overall, but he could have finished first, but unfortunately his dick was too big and he knocked off the bar as he was going over.
And that's why I don't pole vault.
And that's because you would win every event.
I would be first place.
I'm like a Barbie doll down there. Fucking ready to go. I think this is only funnier when you start thinking of him in the village afterwards in a pub. Talking to one of the other, absolutely, because all these people are all, ripped to shreds. And they're all, isn't it just a massive sex party for basically a month?
Yeah, they have sex-proof beds and shit like that, because there's so much going on.
Because they just put all the fittest human beings on the planet in one place for a month. They're right, nobody fucking have sex, right?
And then they spend 2 weeks, at their peak, just full of all the endorphins in the world.
Yeah.
And then they're like, just hang out
afterwards, talking to the whole teams of women from all the other countries. Just come here, I have a fucking story to tell you. Jesus, it was terrible today.
Again, if you have to lose, that's the way to lose.
Did you see my event today, did you?
Just see what happened. He's still wearing the fucking leotard.
Came 12th, so I did, but look, came number 1 in your heart, didn't I? Fair play to you.
Yeah. You'll be remembering me, huh?
Now, the winner eventually won, I'm pretty sure, with 7 fucking metres. No, I think it was 6 metres something, so he never would have won. But also the winner is
it's 90
the guy basically just had to leap over his cock. It's just so funny. If there's a way to lose in the Olympics, he will be remembered forever, but nobody will remember the guy who came second.
This is the thing, and here's what I'm thinking, right? Now they're gonna have to start training athletes to prevent this, because it's happened. This is the first time it's ever happened. So now it's listen, we need special cock control shorts for the pole vaulters.
The problem is, if they only bring it in for some people, if you don't get asked...
Oh, if you don't qualify...
They have to do a qualification. And you're just like, did you get it? They said I didn't need it, actually.
I said, go off with yourself, don't worry.
They actually said I was fucking grand. I was actually more than grand.
Gave me a band-aid. It was...
They actually gave me a fake penis. It felt so bad for me. It's so good that like some of them qualify, and if you did, you'd be like, Jesus, I'm fucking class. Oh my God.
There's a thing in NASA that like the jock straps or the cod pieces that they provide were like small, medium, large, and everyone was just picking the large one, and people were like, they were getting them, like they were wearing the wrong sized ones because no one wanted to take the small or medium.
Obviously.
So they had to just rename them all to either large or extra large.
You just be like, it's cold in space, you know what I mean? That's what I'm taking the small. Don't fucking worry about it.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Just, you know what I mean? Don't be judging me.
I tell you that much.
I want to also cover a small story, by the way, and this is just for you, Shaun. A robot has completed the first fully automated dental procedure on a human in a world first. Yay or nay on getting your teeth done by a robot?
Oh, nay. 100% nay. Unsupervised robot?
Yeah, unsupervised.
Nah, fuck that. Your teeth are so different between people, though. Surely that's dangerous.
Yeah, but like, part of the process has a 3D scan of the patient's tooth and mouth, capturing images, and then the robotic device just like starts working on it. You know what I mean?
Right, but how's a robot going to ask me if I have any holiday plans while his hand's in my mouth?
But they always ask you just before they fucking go straight to your molars, and you have no hope of answering.
Fucking love getting my teeth cleaned, man. It feels so good.
I went to the hygienist like a few weeks ago, and you're like,
nice.
And it's a deep one, and there's blood everywhere. But like afterwards, you're like, my teeth are as clean as they'll ever be in my whole life.
Yeah, I've bought myself like a couple of months now of having nice teeth.
I have a no brushing. Don't need to do nothing for weeks. I'm
Don't
grand.
even bother. Chew some coal is what you need to do.
I just wanted to cover that because I knew for a fact you'd be like, I'm going to be the first person to die. They're definitely going to kill me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm going to get stabbed. I'm going to get the robot's going to lobotomise me while I'm trying to get a filling.
Somehow.
And then I'll catch on fire and spiders will pour out of me.
Shaun, I want to cover Florida Man this week because Florida Woman I should say, because during the week there was a bit of a storm, a hurricane in Florida, otherwise known as Hurricane Debbie, and it roared outside. Downer. It was a Debbie Downer, if you will. But Shaun, Florida woman arrested for DUI during Hurricane Debbie. Debbie blamed storm winds for failed sobriety test. You know what I mean?
Maybe it was throwing her off balance, you know?
That's
she can't walk along that straight line.
A woman was arrested in Citrus County after the sheriff pulled her over with multiple open alcohol containers in the car.
Doesn't prove anything.
According to the sheriff's department, Sheriff Mike Prendergast, was on his way to assess the impact of Hurricane Debbie on roads on Monday when he noticed a possibly impaired driver. He noticed a Florida woman spinning her wheels at a stoplight in the lane next to him, and once the light turned green, the driver began to drive erratically. According to the report, she continuously turned her hazards on and off as she drove.
Well, there's a hurricane going on. There's a hazard.
Let everyone know. She keeps thinking like the rain has stopped. Like she's turning it off, turning it on again. Sheriff Prendergast then pulled the car over and called for backup. As he approached the car, Prendergast could smell a very strong odour of alcohol from the driver's breath and noticed that she had slurred speech. The driver, Candace Wisecup, 38, was asked to step out of the car, at which point the sheriff and deputies on scene noticed several open containers littering her front seat. They found 3 empty shooters of liquor, an open can of beer and a 4th unopened shooter.
That's not bad, is it?
That's not valid, Your Honour. I want you to, by the way, you're her lawyer, you're going to get her off. I'm just telling you the details. I'm reading them to the jury.
Thank you, yeah. So I have all the information. I'll assess it and I'll come up with a case.
Wisecup performed very poorly on the field sobriety test, blaming the storm winds not only for her not being able to walk in a straight line, but also saying that they was moving the car around the road, which was why she was driving erratically. She refused to submit a breathalyzer test and was found to be driving on a suspended licence as well.
Fuck. Okay, that one's a little tougher. Because everything else was easy.
So, Shaun, we're in the courtroom. Florida woman is there. You're obviously Lawler and we're mean on the law. We've been through lawsuits, I should say. A lot of cases. We're probably the best and worst lawyers in all of Florida. So, Shaun, how are we getting this client off?
First of all, Your Honour, can I smoke in here? It's a real question. Please.
A big filthy cigar, Your Honour.
Yeah. You can have one as well, but I just need it.
Why?
Have you heard the evidence?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, like fully McConaughey with the cigarette.
I'm stressed, lads. I don't know how to get her off.
Okay.
Right, so
hurricane, right?
Yeah.
Trauma. She's got PTSD. She's got shell shocked.
Why did she go driving in the hurricane?
Sure, look, we got places to be, Conor. You know, life doesn't stop. Much as we'd like it, life doesn't stop for natural disaster anymore. You know, the steady march of capitalism keeps going.
I feel like this is going off course, but yes, please. I'm like the judge trying to keep you on board. He always talks about capitalism every case.
Another drag.
Big long drag. Here we go again, lads.
She was collecting litter. Perhaps that's why there's so many open containers.
Why did she smell of drink?
Had to test what it was, you know. Did not swallow it, wasn't metabolized, not drunk. Alright.
So you're saying she was
like a wine tasting.
So she was like swirling around and spitting it back out.
Yeah. Because she had a cut in her mouth, sterilising it. She came across an injured person a few miles back, used the alcohol to sterilise things.
Yeah.
Put it in her mouth to test the proof, you know, to make sure it would actually sterilise.
Why did she refuse the breathalyzer test?
Because she knew it'd be a kangaroo court.
Your Honour, this whole courtroom's out of order.
Because she was like, oh yeah, of course you're going to smell. If she had mouthwash, she'd get alcohol into her.
I was giving mouth to mouth to an alcoholic. He nearly died.
And he lived. He's at home with a can and a bowl of stew.
He's literally he's living because of me. He's breathing, but I had to give him mouth to mouth, Your Honour.
And then super windy, so that explains. And she was a good driving citizen.
Yeah.
You know, putting the hazards on so everyone knew things were a little rocky out there.
Why was she taking the hazards back off then?
Because she thought things were under control. You know, you drive through... Weather comes in many forms. There's pressure lines.
Explaining the concept of weather to the judge.
So basically, the sun evaporates water, right?
You probably don't understand a cirrus cloud, Your Honour. I'm going to probably get into it here now. Water perspiration, you know, it goes up, goes down. You know what I mean? It's all around the place.
Goes down, yeah. And then the barometers, you know, you have to check them every so often.
You ever heard about vapour, Your Honour? I mean, it's going up there. You don't see it, but it's up there.
Yeah. And yeah, look, climate change is a factor. I won't deny that.
That's a capitalism, if we want to get back into it.
So, who's really on trial here?
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
is it this woman, this upstanding citizen, or is it society that we should take a good hard look at, Your Honour?
I think it's her this time, though.
Oh, yeah? Yeah? What kind of car do you drive yourself? Please don't be electric. Please don't be electric.
I drive an electric scooter.
Come on, Your Honour. You've got judge money. Surely you can get a Nissan Leaf, perhaps.
You're like now calling them poor. Not only do you not understand the weather, Your Honour, you idiot, but you're also poor. So factor that in.
Yeah. So first of all, get over yourself.
Yeah. Maybe I get a fucking grip.
Second of all, acquit this woman immediately.
The judge is like, why are these two guys bullying me?
I put my cigarette out in his hand.
Put your hand out. Bring your fucking lunch money tomorrow, Your Honour, right? We're coming back here and we're fucking buying lunch money. You're dead, lad. We're going to put your head in the toilet, man. You're fucking kill you. I feel like Florida woman might have been drunk, and she might have been so drunk that she went out in the storm.
I thought we were mean on the law here, bud.
Sorry, no, I was out of character there. I regret what I said. By the way, coming up with the line that I can't walk straight because there's a storm is fucking great and can only be used in that one scenario.
That's somewhere again, I'm out of character as a lawyer now.
Thank you.
Somewhere in her hideously drunk mind, she was able to summon up 45 seconds of brilliance.
There was not only was she unable to walk straight because of the storm, but the car was being blown around the road, Your Honour. That's why I was driving, kind of just waving around the place.
Do you think she thought of that before she started driving? Like, oh, if I get caught, this is what I'll say.
No, I think that came to her in a moment of just pure genius, and then she immediately went back to being completely drunk.
See, I think she should get her on the suspended licence, that's whatever. But I think she should get some level of leniency just for being clever in that one moment.
You always want to give leniency for people who are like, this is a good excuse though.
Yeah, I respect the game, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if it's a good excuse, even if the evidence is against you, I think you should get points for creativity.
What about the lady who said that the wind blew cocaine into her bag?
Again, less good, I will say, because it was not a windy day, if I remember that story correctly.
Yeah, it wasn't windy, but she did say that the cocaine had been blown into her bag through her car window. Yeah,
and look, it's terrible the way drugs infiltrate societies these days.
Not only do they fly through the air, they fly through the air completely unassisted. Everyone knows that.
Yeah. I'll occasionally go around just tossing cocaine in the air.
Check your bag right now. There might be drugs in there. Like right now, a cocaine bag could have been flown in there through the wind and you wouldn't even know about it.
Yeah, Mom. I told you.
That's how they got there, Mom.
I was hanging out with Conor and suddenly...
Funny blame it on me. But like, I like the idea that like you're at the airport. Like, how did these get in here? The wind.
Oh, no.
Oh, turbulence. Oh, fuck. Shaun, I think that's it for Weird News.
What a week. We talked a lot about a film and then we solved some problems again, Conor.
As usual.
An innocent lady. It walks free. Driving home, I imagine.
I can only assume she has to drive home from the courthouse. That's the only way she should.
Would you like me to take us out?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Thank you everyone for listening to this episode of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We will be back on Friday with Hero or Zero and next Monday with another episode of the show. Big shout outs to all of our patrons over on Patreon, patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Link to that is in the description, and you get access to all of our movie reviews, invites to the live shows, and things of that nature. You also get a shout out on the show, so thanks to Róisín and Baby Ben Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Komatsu, Dozer, Enthusiast Evanson, Waffles the Quantum Immortal, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the Wash and It'll Be Grand Jamieson, Dominic, Anna looks forward to the next Irish animal story, Hjelmroos, Daniel McLaughlin, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Frost, Pollen can go fuck itself, Ed Ball, Conor and Lorraine will only accept MCU Galactus in Paul Mescal GAA shorts. Russ, I got myself into big trouble after the Patreon listener hangout as I attempted to rank my kids in a tier list parfait. Jackson Brueheim will be attending Shaun's upcoming gum eating intervention. Liz had a few too many on St. Paddy's Day and tipsily subscribed to the Patreon. Ciara Lawler, Judge Leahy, The Amazing World of Kezza, Mikey, Chair's #1 fan, Bucket is good too. Kyle Barowsky, Ruairi, Peter, Bow-Eater, Banana-fana, fo-feter, fee-fi, fo-meter, Peter, Jack Markham, Barlow Cheese and Johnny Ray. Thank you all for your support. We really appreciate it, and we couldn't make the show without all of you. If you would join those fine people, head on over to the Patreon. Otherwise, there is a merch store, heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter's at Heroes for Hire Pod, the 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilment's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
I think that's about it, Conor.
I think so. So I've been Conor Lawler.
I've been Shaun Meighan.
And I shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.